Right, I'm going to try and fit in a game of blitz chess, and we have a very suspicious player in this arena. So I suspect that account will probably get banned. I suspect so. It's a brand new account, bit suspicious. So if we get a game with them, we won't be playing the game. Let's just see who we do play and trust that we get somebody playing fairly. Okay, 1639, good luck. So we've not played before, we have no head-to-head score. Ooh, and plays a very dubious opening. Okay. This is what we had with Hikaru and Kramnik, isn't it? I kind of know how to play against the opening, but it makes you very suspicious when a low-rated player plays this. I know it's fine to take. I know the queen will come up. Pushes forward, also a little bit dubious. I'm going to go e5. We'll see h4, which we do. I'm going to develop the bishop. Yeah, I'm immediately skeptical of this account just because of the opening that's been played. Purely because of the opening. We're just developing here. Oh, bishop up. That's not the best plan, I don't think. Let's take... I'm just going to move the knight up, queen up, and I'm going to prepare queenside castling. Probably queen up. It depends how white actually develops here. Okay, knight comes up. So we have queen up. Knight down, we can always throw a check in if we need to, say pawn up. So knight down, if we take, it's actually covered right now. So right now it's not really a move. So we'll just play queen up, preparing the castling. Bishop can drop back, and then at some point we'll try and edge forward. Well, that king's got to go somewhere. So where's it going to go? Yeah, pawn forward. I'm very skeptical about this now. Putting it mildly, I'm going to go this side. Okay, it takes. What do we want to do? What do we want to do here? I'm just looking at knight up, knight across. Pawn down is a move, of course. I can't take because of d4. I'm going to play bishop in. Hit the pawn, hit the knight. And if bishop down, we can still actually take back. Or we could maybe take the knight, but probably the pawn. Let's just get the cursor off the board there so there's no accidental slips. Whoa, knight back, so what's that trying to do? That might actually allow queen takes. The pawn up, we can throw a check in, and that's a bit of a problem. So queen takes, bishop develops. I'm just going to go sensibly and take with a bishop and throw a check in, why not? Just throw a check in, we can always check and take the bishop. Or we can expand with the knight. I mean, you could block with a knight, I suppose. I don't think you will, but you could do. And maybe just try and develop the knight somewhere, or activate. What? The king moves? What the heck? Okay. It's really, really, really weird, this. Let's just push the pawn and try and open things up. Yeah, queen comes up, but my bishop is actually guarded. But again, it's really, 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 really odd here. I don't mind losing a pawn just to try and open things up. Yeah, king comes up. What is this? Because at this rating level, my opponent should know what they're doing. I suspect it's a troll. I suspect it is so. I'm not going to focus too much on the game. I don't really care. When you get dubious accounts, you just get dubious accounts done. You just get the game over with and you move on and look for somebody nice to play. Okay, bishop comes down. Excuse me, let's hit the bishop. Yeah, goes back. I think we're going to see e4 here. This is really, yeah, there's something not right. You can tell some games, you just know something's not right. Let's just double the rooks up. I mean, there's plenty white can do. White's perfectly fine here. I mean, we could try and just chuck everything, but... I'll review it all really carefully after the event, of course. So there we get the expected e4. This game is being played by someone who knows what they're doing. It's not being played by, you know, just somebody who doesn't have a clue. They're just randomly moving pieces around. Okay, I'm going to play knight up and hit the pawn. Maybe just pressure the pawn. Yeah, we probably could do with taking these pawns off the board. It's a shame you can't have a magic button to make them vanish, but yeah, you can see why more and more players, though, when you get dubious play like this, they're just not even playing the games now. And you could take a view, of course, and say, well, you can play any opening you like, but it does look very suspicious sometimes. But you can understand, certainly amongst low rated players, we had somebody come playing in the forum, and you can understand why. Just take, we've got to check. I don't think he'll take the knight, but he could do. I think we hit the d4 pawn and the h4 pawn. So we're just gradually unwinding. We're up a minute on the clock now. Okay, rook across. So up, takes, something takes. It opens the king right up here. Rook takes. Now I'm going to play knight across and threaten to come in. We'll probably play c4. We don't see c4. But a quick c4 might have been in order there, threatening c5. Now we hit the rook. And again, we might just try and sack these pawns. Wait, what sort of a move is that? I can take with check. There is still a pin though, but we can take, but then it opens this up. So do I just take this way first? I think I actually sack the queen there temporarily. Certainly my opponent didn't see that move, but they played it really too quick there. So we're going to get the queen back. Should just take the rook and does. So we'll take. You know, it's just gradually guard. Actually, gradually guard. It's actually a blunder there. But I bet they're capable of moving perfectly fast and quickly when they want to. Indeed they are. Yeah, so that was definitely played as a troll game. You can understand, like I say, why a lot of players, especially low down the ratings, they just won't play the games now. Okay, now I've got bags of time here, so I don't want to mess this up. So here, you can still push a pawn, but let's just check. And there's a checkmate. Okay, let's see how the engine says that game was actually played. So there's 51 moves. They're the move times for both players. So let's request an analysis. So all the endgame, we've played it pretty well. I'm not bothered if there's any technical blunders, like we've missed a forced mate or something like that. Never look for anything like that. That's just engine speak. So there is a blunder in the opening, but not from our opponent. Indeed, not at all through the game. Mistakes, but not a blunder. So 92 versus 87, CPL 24 and 44. Actually, what does the engine? The engine just says go d5 straight away, but you end up normally with the same type of structure. So just having a quick flick through. We've gone a little bit up and down, but we're much better here. This must be where we blunder, I'm guessing. So just rook to f7 was the blunder, and we should have played knight to f5. We're actually +4 better. We're +4 better in that position, so that was our only blunder of the game. We're still +1 better. And then we made a little bit of hard work, like I said, out in the opening. Then once we get to this point, we've now found a nice tactic there to take the rook. It's actually maybe not the best move even, because it's gone from +7-7 to 6-7. So what was the best move? Is it the best move? The engine just says, yeah, ignore it and just go the traditional way and take with the knight. Don't put the fancy tactic in. That's technically better, but it's basically the same effect. Liquidating down to a winning endgame. Like I say, I was then perfectly where my opponent was going to be capable of playing much, much quicker, which we then witnessed. So it is what it is.